Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Daybreak Coins. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be going through my century set. So I'm actually currently trying to build a set that has one coin from every century, and I'm trying to keep it away from kind of US or more traditional coins. I'm just trying to build a really interesting set of kind of different coins. So we'll just get right into it. So starting out in the 1900s, in the 20th century, I have this one sol or un sol. This is from Peru. It's kind of AU. I found this at the fun show actually, kind of this weekend, and I thought it was a really interesting pickup. So we'll start off with that. Going back another century, I have this Bavaria Taler. So this is from Germany. It's from 1866, and here it has Mary and Child. This is actually Mary and Jesus is kind of where it's from. This is kind of a big chunky coin. I really like these crown size coins. I think they're really interesting. And kind of the Holy Roman Empire has a really interesting story behind it. So going back a little bit more, here's a Austria 4 Kreuzer, or 4 Kreuzer. This is from 1731, and it's from Salzburg. So this is actually made with a roller die, so you can see it's curved. And on the reverse, you can see Salzburg, and then Mainz in 1731. This is kind of interesting. 60 Kreuzer makes up a Taler, so just kind of put in perspective, 20 of these is equal to one of these. Oh, sorry. That is a 4 Kreuzer, so it'd be 15 of those. I was looking at the next one. So the next one here is a 1625 3 Kreuzer. This is from Ferdinand II. And this one is actually minted in Prague. You can tell based on the crescent with the star above it. That's kind of the mint mark. So 3 Kreuzer. This is minted during the 30-Year War, which was a really deadly war. It was not really due to all the fighting. It was more due to disease, as most things in the Middle Ages normally are. Going back, I actually don't have a 15th century or a 16th century or the 1500s yet. So we're going back to the 13 and 1400s. This is a Parvis from Hungary from Zizigmond. This is actually a really tiny coin. This one is 0.338 grams. So on the obverse, you can see the cross with the 4 crowns and then the shield on the back. So this is kind of the coat of arms. If you don't know, the coat of arms are essentially just bragging about where your family lineage is from. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Going back a little bit more, I have this Byzantine John II aspirin trachea. This is made out of billion, which is about 30% silver. And here you can see there's John II right there. This is actually a cupped coin, so you can kind of see the cupping. And then here on the reverse is actually Christ, so you can kind of see his head poking out right there. This is a pretty worn coin. The designs wore off really quickly just because of the shape. But yeah, this is a really interesting pickup. I'm not really into the religion, but I think the depiction of religion on coins is kind of a really interesting aspect of coinage in the history of it. So going back kind of a big gap, this is back to the 8th century or the 700s. This is from 787 to 789 AD from Tabaristan. This is modern day Iran. This is a hemidrachm or a hemidram, and this is from Solomon. So on the obverse right here, you can see it's a Bach in diamond on bust. So a lot of the rulers would actually put kind of a depiction of their face, but this says Bach in the kind of diamond, which I thought was an interesting coin. And then on the reverse, like most of these, has the fire altar with attendants. So I am kind of looking, I don't have it yet, but I'm hopefully going to get a Sasanian dram. So I think that would kind of be nice for the next century. We're going from the 700s down to the 300s, the 4th century, missing a couple again. Here we got an actual ancient Roman coin. I identified this one. I just got it raw and kind of went through the process. So we can just kind of go through it. So it's an AE4, which is the denomination, which is the smallest denomination. It was minted under Valentinian II, and it was made in Siscia, which is in the Panoia region, which is actually modern-day West Hungary and East Austria. So on the obverse, it actually has Arcadius on it, which is kind of interesting. As you can see right there. And it's got the legends around it. And then on the reverse, it has victory holding a wreath, advancing left. So, it's kind of a really interesting coin. And it was definitely a lot of fun. Took a lot of time, but this is my first ancient that I actually kind of identified. And here's the reference to it, just in case you're curious. So, going back a little bit more, this is a Septimius Severus Denarii, or Denarius. This is from 193 to 211 AD, and it was minted in Rome. So, here's Septimius Severus, and here's a hoplite with a sword, or a shield, and a spear. Just kind of a interesting coin. Septimius Severus, this is kind of whenever the debasement of the coin started. So they started in the 50 to 60% silver range of this coin. So it's an alloy. 50 to 60% of it would have been silver. And then 3 or 4 times during his reign, they actually decreased it. So they went down to something in the low 40s or high 30s eventually. And they took a couple percent off every time during his reign. And that was actually to be able to mint more coins with less silver. Another one, so I'm kind of cheating. This is doubling up on that same time frame. Here's a 198 to 217 AD. This is Car Colangetta. This is a recent pickup from the Fun Show. I just thought it was a really interesting coin with the dual facing. I know this is kind of common in a lot of ancients, but I just saw it and I thought it was a really interesting piece and kind of had to have it. And in case you want to know more about the coin. Going down another century, here is a actual Parthian coin. So this is a Parthian dram. I've been looking for one of these for a while, and I finally got one. This one, I ended up paying $60 for it, and I just really enjoyed the coin. These are pretty common, but I thought it was pretty interesting. So this is from Vologases III, 105 to 147 AD. And then actually over here on the reverse is this really interesting depiction of this guy holding a crossbow. So I just really love this design. And I saw it and kind of had to pick it up. So, going back a little bit further, this is actually from the 1st century AD. This is Sardes Lydia. You can see Athena on the obverse. And then on the reverse is this tetra-style building or temple. So the way that they named their designs of their temples is based on the number of columns on the smaller side. So if you have 7, then it'd be a septa-style, and this one is a tetra, so 4. Just kind of some architectural information that you might find interesting. Going back from the 1st century AD, skipping the 1st century BC, I actually don't have a coin yet, is a Ptolemaic coin. This is from from Ptolemy the 5th through the 6th, and it's from Egypt. So I just really enjoy, on the obverse, it's got a busted Zeus. I can never remember which direction this is without actually looking at it. But this is kind of a chunky coin, as you can see, compared to some of the other ones. And I really like this one because it's got the eagles on the reverse. So, just kind of a really interesting coin. On this one, in the middle, you can see there's kind of a hole in it. Not a hole through it, but there's definitely like a hole punch. And this was actually for whenever they were striking it, that before they would strike it, they would actually spin it in a circle and kind of make sure that the surface was flat. And then they could actually strike it, the design, a lot better. So it's kind of an interesting thing. Going back another century, here's Antioch II from Theos in the Seleucid Kingdom. So this is 261 to 246 BC. So this is extremely old. This is Greek. And on the obverse, this is actually Apollo. And then on the reverse, I can never remember what this one is, kind of a weird one. Anchor below, or to either side of tripod, anchor below, and monograms to left and right. So I just saw Apollo and I thought it was kind of an interesting piece. And it's from Antioch, so I thought that was really interesting. And then finally, the oldest one that I've got is a Cranon Thessaly. This is from 350 to 300 BC, and this one has Zeus on the obverse. I believe, yep. There's Zeus. He's chilling. And on the reverse, it has a person on a horse with a trident. So you can see the trident right underneath of him. Underneath the horse. So I thought that was a really interesting coin. Definitely something you don't see every day. Somebody holding a trident on a horse. So just a cool pickup. I hope you guys have enjoyed my century typeset. I'm currently missing the 1500s, the 1400s, 1000, 900, 800, 600, 500, 400, and the 1st century and the 4th and 5th century BC. So I'm about halfway done with the set, but it's definitely been kind of an interesting journey learning about more kind of world coins, and kind of learning is really what makes the hobby fun. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Should I add some different coins? Should I maybe change some coins? Kind of what do you recommend for my remaining centuries that I've got? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.